Hi garden friend. Today I'm showing you 5 of my favorite roses growing right here in my garden in Portland, Oregon, also known as the City of Roses, along with 3 things that nobody tells you about when growing roses. And in this video, we're also heading to the spectacular International Rose Test Garden. You're going to be absolutely amazed. But let's start out here with this beautiful 4th of July climbing rose. Now look at these blooms. They almost look like they're hand painted. I've had this climbing rose growing in my garden since 2008, and it's one of the first things that I planted in my garden. And these beautiful red and white striped blooms already started on its first flush of blooms. As you can see here, it's got tons of beautiful buds that will bloom a little later in the season. Now this rose has old world charm meets modern day flowering. This rose combines the wild old-fashioned look of a rambler rose with a repeat blooming habit of a modern climbing rose. And those are just 2 reasons that this rose is so special. Now this next rose is completely different in personality. This is the Lichfield Angel, and it's one of the most elegant English roses I grow. What I really love about this Lichfield Angel rose is how soft and romantic it feels in the garden. The blooms start with a gentle peachy blush and slowly fade into this creamy ivory white that almost glows in the evening light. Unlike some roses that can feel stiff or formal, this one has a much softer, more natural growth habit that fits beautifully into cottage style and English-inspired gardens. Now this one's an absolute showstopper. This is the beautiful Eden climbing rose, and honestly, it almost looks too perfect to be real. The blooms are huge, soft, romantic, and completely packed with petals. And when this starts climbing over a fence, arbor, or trellis, it creates that dreamy old world look that so many gardeners fall in love with. One thing that really sets this Eden climber apart is how elegant and full the blooms stay, almost like peonies or antique roses. It has this lush, romantic quality that photographs beautifully in the garden. Now here in Portland, with our wet springs and mild climate, this rose has actually performed surprisingly well for me. But like most roses in the beautiful Pacific Northwest, it still needs good airflow and attention to things like black spot, especially earlier in the season. And I started this rose in honor of my sister who has passed. And on the other side there, I've also got another one in honor of my brother who has passed. So this rose holds a special significance to me in my garden. This is the Tranquility rose. It's a David Austin English shrub rose that opens from creamy buttery yellow buds into the most beautiful pure white rosette blooms. And when the light hits these flowers in the garden, they almost seem to glow. And one thing I truly love about Tranquility is how healthy and vigorous in my Pacific Northwest garden. The foliage stays surprisingly clean, and nearly thornless canes make it such a pleasant rose to work around. The blooms are packed with petals and have this soft apple blossom fragrance. This one is absolutely worth considering. The name says it all, doesn't it? And here's my beautiful Patience rose. Now this rose looks incredibly elegant and refined. This is the Patience rose that is a David Austin English garden rose known for its unbelievably beautiful fragrance with soft old rose notes and just a hint of fresh lemon. Now we know roses are absolutely beautiful, but they definitely come with a few challenges, especially here in the Pacific Northwest. The first big problem is black spot. Our cool, wet springs create the perfect conditions for this fungal disease, and before you know it, you've got dark spots, yellow leaves, and defoliation. And the second challenge is improper pruning. Roses really do benefit from thoughtful pruning for airflow, shape, and healthy growth. And a lot of gardeners either avoid pruning altogether or they prune at the wrong time of the year. And the third problem is simply planting roses in the wrong conditions. Too much shade, overcrowding, or poor airflow. Roses really need sun for breathing room. Now the good news is with proper spacing, healthy soil, good airflow, and choosing really strong performing varieties, a lot of these problems can be managed really successfully. And I will link some of the pruning rose tools and rose fertilizers that I personally use down below in the description if you're interested. And if you love roses, cottage gardens, and beautiful gardens here in the beautiful Pacific Northwest, make sure you subscribe, and I have a lot more garden inspiration coming up. Now, let's head to the spectacular Portland International Rose Test Garden. It's absolutely fabulous right now. We've arrived at one of the most iconic places in Portland, Oregon, the International Rose Test Garden. And honestly, this place feels really personal to me because I was born and raised right here in Portland, Oregon, the city of roses. Roses have always been part of the culture here, and this garden is overflowing with roses at this time of the year. But this garden right here is really something special. There are over 10,000 roses planted throughout these hillsides. And when everything is in bloom, it almost feels surreal walking through it. So let's go through and see what we have to offer. One of the things I love most about this garden is every turn feels different. Some roses are soft and romantic, others are bold and dramatic, and everywhere you look there's another color, fragrance, or flower shape catching your attention. You'll see climbing roses spilling over arbors, perfectly formed hybrid teas, old-fashioned English roses packed with petals, and a huge sweeping bed filled with color in every direction. And what makes this place especially interesting is that these roses are actually tested here to see how they will perform in our climate without heavy spraying. So while this garden is incredibly beautiful, it's also deeply connected to the reality of growing roses here in the Pacific Northwest. And honestly, walking through this garden reminds me of why so many gardeners fall in love with roses in the first place. There's just something timeless and romantic about them. The fragrance, the texture, the layers of petals, the way they climb and spill and completely transform a space, it really is magical. And even after living here almost my entire life, this garden still stops me in my tracks every single time I visit. And I even got to hang out with the Royal Rosarian. You know, after spending the day surrounded by all of these incredible roses, I think what I love the most is that roses really don't have to be perfect to be beautiful. Even with black spot, pruning mistakes, and all the challenges that can come with growing them here, they're still absolutely worth it to me. And honestly, places like this remind me of why so many of us fall in love with gardening in the first place. I hope this video has inspired you today. I hope you're having a great gardening day, and I'll catch you in the next one.